of days ago, I was x-raying this little girl, and she was very curious, and so she kept asking me a whole bunch of questions, and one of those questions was, why is the x-ray room so dark? And I was trying to answer her. I didn't really know exactly how to explain it, especially to a little kid, so I just simply said, well, it's dark because it helps me to be able to see. And then she asked, are you blind? Little kids are like so funny with what they say. But seriously, a lot of people ask me why the x-ray room is so dark. And it got me thinking. There's a lot of things that people also ask me. So I decided I'm going to be making a sort of like a series of the most frequently asked questions that patients ask me. And it's kind of interesting answers the more that you dive into them. This video is specifically going to be about why x-ray techs work in the dark, but some other video topics that I have in mind are why x-ray techs tell you to hold your breath, why x-ray techs don't shield you for certain x-rays, or why we ask you to take your bra off, even if it's a sports bra. So if these topics sound interesting, make sure that you subscribe because I'm going to be making videos about them. Okay, so back to this video, which is, why is the x-ray room so dark all the time? Well, the short answer is that, yes, it helps me to be able to see better. The technical answer is that it helps me to be able to center and collimate the light in order to properly center the x-ray beam to the correct anatomy. And if this doesn't make sense, then don't worry, this is what this video is going to be about. So in case you guys didn't know, the x-rays in the x-ray room, they're not on all the time. So you can enter the x-ray room without being exposed at all. The only time that the x-rays come on is when I run behind that wall with the window, that glass window, and I actually press the button really hard and you'll hear a beep. And that is precisely when the x-rays shoot out of the x-ray tube and irradiate whatever part of the body I am x-raying. So that is the only time that the x-ray comes on, and it's only on for like a second or less than a second usually. Of course, x-rays are invisible, so how am I able to know exactly where I am taking those pictures of the intended anatomy? Well, first I'm going to explain the parts of the x-ray tube. So the x-ray tube is composed of two ends, the anode and the cathode, and it is housed in a lead-lined container. There is only one opening, and it is the window. When I take the x-ray, there is electricity running through the circuit, and the electrons get shot across the x-ray tube from the cathode to the anode really, really fast. When they hit the anode, they are abruptly slowed down, and they release energy in the form of x-rays. The window in the x-ray tube allows the x-rays to exit the tube in a beam. I use knobs on the outside of the x-ray tube to adjust the shutters, which allows me to collimate the x-ray beam, meaning I can make the x-ray beam smaller by moving the shutters in the x-ray tube closer together. How am I able to tell what I'm doing? Luckily, the people who made x-ray machines put a light bulb, and with the help of a mirror, the visible light from the light bulb shines down through the window like a spotlight in the same area that the x-ray beam will be when I press the x-ray button. Basically, the entire reason why our x-ray room is dark is because it's easier for us to see that spotlight. By the way, if you do decide to go to school to be an x-ray tech, you do need to know all about how x-rays are made, how the x-ray tube works. You have to actually memorize the circuit. You have to know exactly where you need to center for all of the different exams that we do, and what anatomy you need to include. And this is for every single body part. So it is definitely not easy to learn x-ray, but it is definitely, I would say, worth it. One thing that x-ray techs did in the old days was use film, and they had to work in what was literally called a dark room. It had to be dark because Back then, when X-ray techs used film, the film, if it was exposed to visible light during the process of producing the final X-ray, it would mess up the image permanently, making the film useless. So that's another reason why X-ray techs used to be working in the dark all the time. Radiologists are doctors who read all of that diagnostic medical images, such as X-ray, CT, MRI, nuke med, and ultrasound. They are known to sit in a dark room called the reading room. And the reason is when they are sitting in this little dark room, it eliminates the glare on their computer screen because they see all those pictures on the computer screen. So it helps them to be able to see those images better too. So that's why radiologists work in the dark as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned some interesting facts about X-ray. Stay tuned for more. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.